and welcome to the Bates Trucking Know Your Role and Responsibilities training. Know your role. Employees find that working in teams gives them a voice in how work is done, goals are set, and decisions are made. Defining your role. Employees find that working in teams gives them a voice in how work is done, goals are set, and decisions are made. Attend trainings and tailgates. The key to your success is to keep yourself educated and engaged. Social media etiquette. Workers should be careful about what they post on social media sites. These topics all will be covered in today's training. Teamwork makes the dream work. The process of working collaboratively with a group of people in order to achieve a goal. Teamwork is often a crucial part of a business, as it is often necessary for colleagues to work well together, trying their best in any circumstance by using their individual skills. What are examples of teamwork at Bates? Teamwork comes in many forms. When teams work together, they can get a lot done. There are many teams at Bates: helpers and driver teams, supervisor teams, maintenance teams, and more. This is a company snapshot from our role in 1996. You can see we had very few employees. And now, our role in 2020, growth. We couldn't do it without your dedication. We have over 300 employees, over 200 trucks. Defining your role. Most problems that develop in a team occur because team roles are not clearly defined. Supervisors are not the only ones with special roles and responsibilities. All employees must know what is expected of them and what they will be accountable for. This reference can be found in your employee handbook on page 22 through 23, Performance Evaluations and Compensation. Now it's time for our first exercise. A customer calls to explain that their trash can is blocking the driveway to their home. In fact, the entire street has trash cans thrown in their driveways, and some are laid over in the street. Who does that affect? Well, the customer calls into Bates Trucking corporate office using the number that's on the side of the truck or on the can itself. Then the receptionist listens and directs the call to the proper department. Once the call or message goes to customer service, or it can go to the dispatcher. The dispatcher identifies the truck and crew. Then the manager gets the information for the complaint and the crew involved. The dispatcher follows up with the manager, and most likely there's disciplinary actions. So, who does this affect? It affects a lot of people. It affects our receptionists, our customer service department, our dispatchers, our supervisors, and at the end, the crews involved on that route. Something as simple as cart placement issues can affect a lot of people in the company. Next, we're moving on to exercise 2. Someone calls out in the morning, 1 hour before they report to work. What is the next move? Who is involved? Well, let's see. The employee calls their manager the morning of. I can't make it into work. The manager works through frustration to find coverage. In operations, the result would be a late start on the route, or it could be the route down for the day. Either way, the result would be not enough help on the route. Now, in the office, the results could be customers' calls don't get answered, projects have to be postponed to provide coverage. In the mechanic shop, the results could be response to road calls are slow, meaning they don't have enough people to respond when a truck could break down on the road. Or it could mean truck maintenance may not get completed for that day. So, when someone calls out the day of, lots of people are involved and lots of people are affected in different ways depending on where you work. Okay, now that you've understood a little bit about how roles interact and coincide with one another, now it's time to examine some of the roles we have here at Bates Trucking. The role of the manager. Managers are responsible for ensuring the following are true. Employees are arriving to work on time and prepared. All employees are doing their jobs correctly, thoroughly, and on time. Expectations and goals are clear. Conflicting priorities are addressed and readjusted as needed. Objectives and goals are being met or exceeded. Planning and working through contingencies. Managers are our team leaders, and it's important for them to set the precedent. The role of the customer service rep. The customer service rep is our front line for the company. They are to be pleasant, meaning good listener, control conversations, timed calls, provide great customer service. They help resolve problems by facilitating information, communication with operations and customers, with holiday schedules, routes, managers, and being the point of contact. Their skills. At Bates, we use a software called WAM. That's our database where all of our customers are in. They also have to navigate our website and use all Microsoft Office as well as stress management. Now let's talk about the role of the helper. The helper has proper and clean PPE at all times. They are to be prepared for work, meaning rested, water, having snacks, rain gear, jackets, etc. They need to be in good physical health, lifting 50 pounds or less, lots of walking, hopping on and off the truck. Helpers need to build their technique. A lot of times, our helpers have to train new helpers. Knowledge of routes, help the driver when backing up the truck, and they also represent our company. Helpers are a vital role in our business, and it's very important for helpers to maintain knowledge of the weather and their good health. In our next set of roles for this company, we will discuss dispatcher, human resources, and the driver. The role of the dispatcher: familiar with staff in your division, familiar with routes and areas of work, knowledge of procedures, support operations department, knowledge of database, entering dump tickets, making notes on accounts, and pulling reports. Computer skills, again, reports as well as rosters. Accountable for all information coming in and going out of their division. The role of human resources: recruitment, finding and using the right platforms to advertise job availability. Interviewing, asking the right questions to find the best candidate for this company. Hiring, orientations, benefits trainings, introductions, and uniforms. Terminating, exit interviews, facilitating write ups, and knowledge of HR laws. The role of the driver: manage the crew and the route. Safety first, pre trip, post trip reporting, using the BCR books and turning them in daily. Keeping your truck clean, watching traffic and pedestrians, DOT physicals, route and map familiarity. All roles are connected: operations versus administrative. Job roles are connected to each other. Example: if there is an issue with the operations department, more calls will come into the office that will affect customer service and dispatch and eventually get back to the employees involved. Find a mentor on the job. Many times, especially in operations, there will be someone assigned to perform in person trainings with you: how to properly lift a can or how to operate the truck. Drivers get trained on just being leaders. People inside of the office as well have to get trained on the databases. So find a mentor if no one is appointed. That would guarantee success in your position. Another way to be successful at Bates Trucking is to attend trainings and tailgates. Bates Training Seminars. Bates Trucking released its first series of general company trainings for all employees in 2017. All trainings are company wide and are available to all employees via the employee portal. Tailgates: early morning meetings that touch on safety, tips, route changes, crew changes, etc. The more trainings you get, the better you would be as a Bates employee. Social media etiquette. Workers should be thoughtful of what they post on social media sites. Workplace complaints posted on popular sites such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram could get you fired. Think before you post. Imagine if the comment you posted or tweeted will appear in the local newspaper the next day. Do it on your own time and computer. Try to limit your Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter activity to your personal computer or device. What would you post at home? Mentioning your company in a negative light on the internet, even if it's done on a personal time at home, could lead to disciplinary measures. Keep the dialogue positive. Social media can be a great way to foster conversations about an employee's recent promotion or a company event. We encourage all employees to use the chat tab on the portal to post about their day. Speaking of the chat tab in the employee portal, let me introduce to some the Bates Trucking Employee Web Portal. This is a one stop shop for all employees. You can have all information at the access of your fingertips by logging on to batesemployeeportal.com. You can order uniforms, obtain human resources forms like tax forms, direct deposit forms, payroll deduction forms, and you also have your very own social media through Bates in the form of chat rooms on the Division Chat tab. Go there right now and check it out. Each division is represented by a individual tab. For example, County Division has its own tab. There's a tab for PG Division, and so on. Corporate Office even has their own tab. And then there's a fun tab at the bottom called Events. You can find Internet Uses Policy in our Employee Handbook on page 66. Speaking of handbook, you can find a PDF of your handbook as well on the employee portal. Well, this concludes the Know Your Role training. Thank you for taking this training. You must complete the Know Your Role training quiz in order for this to go on record.